Welcome to a math tutorial video working our way through linear equations. Here we're going to get into a video talking about slope-intercept form and how to turn linear equations into slope-intercept form. So a couple of things, linear equations, any linear equation we've already known can be written as y equals mx plus b. And that actually is slope-intercept form. M is my value for my slope and b is my value for my y-intercept. But what we want to do is actually, this is just one particular form of linear equations. A linear equation only has to have an x variable, or the independent variable, to the first power, to the power of 1. And that's it. So in this example here, we have 5 minus 3 times parentheses y plus 2. Subtract 6x equals 2x plus 9. It's a big equation. We got x's and y's, but it actually is a linear equation. It fits the definition. We have x to the first power. There's another x to the first power. I have one power y to the first power. And so it's an equation relating x and y together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this and say, well, how do I turn all that into something like this? This is much more usable and friendly to work with, both in terms of graphing, working with equations, all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's take a look at that. We're going to rewrite this problem out and talk about how we turn it into slope-intercept form. So we got 5 minus 3 times y plus 2 minus 6x is equal to 2x plus 9. All right, so to turn it into slope-intercept form, you notice how in this form we have y all by itself, and then everything else is on the other side of the equation, the equal sign. What we're doing is that same type of process then. We're going to take this whole equation, we're going to use all of the algebra skills that we've learned with doing things to both sides, distributing, simplifying, etc. And we want to solve for y. So I'm going to write that out because that's important. To turn slope-intercept form, we need to solve for y. So we just use algebra, but instead of getting x by itself, we're just solving for y to get y by itself. All right, let's do that. So the first thing I want to do, solve for y. Let's distribute, simplify both sides, combine like terms, all that good stuff. I have 5 minus 3. This 3 is distributing, but I also have a minus. So I'm going to actually change it to plus negative 3, so I make sure I distribute my negative sign. So now I got 5 plus negative 3 times y. Plus negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 minus 6x. And I got 2x plus 9 on the right side. Now let's combine like terms. I've got a 5 plus negative 6 is going to be negative 1. And then I got a negative 3y, so I got minus 3y, and I got minus 6x. That's a little bit simpler. Now let's combine x's. I'm going to add 6x to both sides. That goes to 0, so now we got negative 1 minus 3y equals 8x plus 9. Let's do add 1 to both sides. And I've got negative 3y equals 8x plus 10. I got to move my room up there. Let's do negative 3 times y equals 8x plus 10. And my last step, I can get y by itself. I got to get rid of that negative 3 times y, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3, and I have to do everything on both sides by negative 3. So that divides out to leave my y value. Now we've solved for y, so what do we have left? Now we have negative 8/3 x plus negative 10/3. I could change that to minus 10/3 if I wanted to. We'll just leave it as plus a negative number. All right, so we just put this into slope-intercept form. How does that help me? Besides from making it simpler to look at, a little more friendly on the eyes, we can see now that if I was to graph this equation, the slope, or the average rate of change, is negative 8/3. So it's a negative, it's a decreasing slope. And the y-intercept is negative 10/3. I know one point on the line now. So that's the point where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, hopefully that was a helpful tutorial. Thinking about how we take any linear equation, but specifically turn it into slope-intercept form.